You want to see how you are situated in a certain environment or a certain area, then that is the company for you guys. And right now we have Carly T, Margot, and of course Mr. OJ right here from that brand. And welcome back.
Yeah,
Hi.
so we posted it on Facebook, the picture of us four.
Mhm.
Oh Lord.
Parang
Sorry.
nagmamakaawa.
Let's
So,
check that out.
Yeah, so we have Margot there and OJ Lopez, the owner of Revistaff, as T mentioned, and VRSpaces.ph. And so we're here because we're talking about virtual reality in general and how it can actually help you and how useful it is. Because there's a lot of people who's not really in that mindset yet, that virtual reality is a way to go. Like for me, I get dizzy playing the game,
Right.
but
Yeah.
I see the value in it. Because like I'm a marketing person and I can see like endless possibilities
Right.
with me using this tool to kind of like make my business bigger, and I think it's the same for you. You mentioned off air that you have had investors from the States and all of that.
Yeah.
Did you ever kind of thought of it that parang kasali mo siya sa plan mo na I'm gonna scale, I'm gonna value
Well,
this
there's
company
there's
at this
always
much?
like the stretch goals that you have to really dream really big.
Yeah, but was
Well-
it that big when you were trying to stretch that goal?
Mhm.
Yeah, but well, I always want to be a tech billionaire, right?
Wow, yeah.
But as a Filipino, that's
Ganyan.
not necessarily because a billion pesos is just $20 million.
Yeah.
And I can just
That's
say
like
I'm like a
car.
brown unicorn.
Yeah.
Pinoy version lang.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to be
Well, that's a lot of money.
yes,
Yeah.
and that's still aspirational. Like for me, an important thing for a person to have is a goal. And since you have that goal, and what more is that you are doing something about that goal,
Yeah.
and now it's actually happening to you, and it's a pun really. Like virtual reality is the reality of your goal, and so parang I think it really suits you, and I think your path took you there, and
Yeah.
I think you really must take advantage of that. And
Right.
where can people, by the way, reach out to you or contact you for anything?
I just email me ojlopez at vrspaces.ph. Go through our website, social media pages, Revastaff. So just search Revastaff and then VRSpaces.ph on Facebook.
Yeah. So your virtual reality ba is not like the same that we see. Kasi diba pag may mga marketing activations,
Mhm.
sometimes they make you draw, sometimes they
Right,
make you do things, but the quality of what we see is
Mhm.
not very clear and nice.
Is it
But-
like real life ba?
Well, when we were trying to
We're
experience
getting
it, hindi
there,
masyado.
I
Pero
think.
yung sa'yo, you
okay.
think medyo okay na? Yung,
Yeah, because we're not into gaming. We are doing industry applications.
Yeah.
So we make it as real as possible because these would be training for hazardous like for example putting in a live wire for
Yeah,
training. So that's
right.
instead
It's
of
really amazing.
like on training somebody would have an accident because they
Yeah.
don't have the skills to actually
True.
put on a live wire on a vehicle
Yes,
line,
yes.
something like that, so they can actually use
that.
VR
Yeah.
and have a safe VR environment to do trainings and
That's
things
true.
The
like
next
that.
step na
Yeah.
for technology.
Yeah, that's right, because in theory, parang meron kang mga tao that's assigned
Mhm.
when there's earthquake, you do this, you lead the people, like people
drill,
here,
yeah,
like
the
that drills, right? But then it's different when it's actually there.
Yeah.
Yung mga leaders ng drills were like nauna pa sa labas.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's very useful, and you know how people or companies spend a lot in risk and compliance, and so
So
for you,
true.
right? You're
Yeah.
actually bridging a gap here, and I think that's amazing.
Or it's like lesser effort lang ba? Like lesser time and what do you call this, money to
Yeah.
put into this,
Yeah.
and it can really what do you call this, be really effective.
Right.
Yeah.
And it
So-
Change lives.
Exactly. So we're actually organizing VR Cebu for enthusiasts in VR. So not necessarily in gaming, because for example in the academe there's no like BS for VR or IT major in VR. There's
Yeah.
nothing like that yet. But I would put it out there that there's actually a career in it that could actually make a lot of dough doing this kind of stuff, and then like opportunities especially for people who don't know what their career path is really, because
that's
like
right.
the top 7 out of the top 10 like jobs right now didn't exist 10 years ago, right?
That's
right.
Like social
Yeah.
media managers, data
Right.
analysts.
Parang wala
We don't
data
have this
entry.
like 10 years
Oo.
ago.
I got
So
a question for you, OJ.
Yeah, sure.
Let's say if I were to take my business, because
mhm.
Carly May was talking about like the drills, you know.
Yeah.
So
Uh-huh.
would you be able to go into a business
Mhm.
and then make that business or make that structure of the factory VR,
Mhm.
and then you train someone to do the earthquake drill?
Yeah, definitely.
You could, right?
Yeah, we could.
I think that's a really good idea.
It's a really nice
So,
possibility.
alam mo na, talent fee.
Referral fee,
Yeah,
right?
referral
Actually,
fee.
that's a really
No,
good
because
idea.
really, I think
Right.
the possibilities
Mhm.
are really endless. Like I've seen a lot of concepts
Yeah.
come into play,
Mhm.
and I think for you, there's a lot of things that you can
Yeah.
do with that.
It's just that people are intimidated by the tech,
Yes.
because you have to sit down on it and
Mhm.
kind of
yeah.
understand
And
the use
immerse
cases and
yourself.
applications,
That's
and
right.
actually assess that if it is actually the cost, is it
Yes.
the cost and the risk would be averted if
Mhm.
we would be able to invest a little bit on
Yeah.
on VR
Right.
technology.
Mhm.
How many people can you take into the virtual world? Like I have like over 300 employees, so can you take about 20 people at the same
Yeah,
time?
definitely.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you
That's
manufacture the goggles too, or the headset?
No.
Are you
no.
buying it?
Yeah, we buy it. We just produce the content.
Okay.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay.
it's going that route to like billions of
Billion,
dollars in
Questions.
just prototyping.
I have a question. Who does the design for the VR? Are they called programmers or?
We,
Who
we
does this?
actually get
Uh-huh.
the designs from the architects
Yeah,
themselves,
that's right.
Okay.
and then the
and
architect
Because
would
it has to be actual.
right
Oh.
actual, and then we get the CAD drawings and
Okay.
3D models, and then we convert that into a
Codes. Okay.
into a gaming engine.
Okay.
Okay.
So you
In
really
my
have a
head,
game
there's a lot of
developer,
things.
right?
Right, right.
Okay. All right. Awesome.
There's a lot of things going on in my head. Like I want people to meet the real Margot. I can make
Uh-huh.
like a virtual reality Margot, and people will poke on her like,
Right.
"Is Margot real?"
You see, I told you, T. I
One of
have
the
only
things
in the
that
show to
Tim
like,
Margot-
you know, to make so she can have fun.
Oh
But
my
you like
goodness.
it.
I love it. Poke me some more.
No, because really in my head, there's endless possibilities, really, and that's why I want to talk to you about it because
Right.
there's a lot of things
Yeah.
that we can incorporate in this kind of business.
That's right,
Yeah.
Southside.
So
And
Yeah.
if you have questions, like I mean, this is the next step to life Southside. I mean, we have smartphones who has 3 cameras na, and
Mhm.
more pa siguro.
Yeah.
You're gonna have 5.
Yeah, 5 and then 10 or maybe, and this one could really help in your lifestyle, in your own daily life. So if you want to check out vrspaces.ph and what they've accomplished as well, and of course revistaff.com, that is from Mr. OJ. Check it out. They work with residential areas,
Yeah.
hotels, and all that. So maybe if you want your business, if you want to see how your business looks like, if you want to redesign it, renovate it, then this is the place for you guys. But anyways, if you want to ask questions, all you have to do is send a question through.
Right, 0922-476-3661, or you can comment on the Facebook page where we post our picture, and then you can win yourselves free haircut lang, from
Haircut.
TUF. Yeah, so we're giving away 3 because TUF is actually celebrating their 4th year anniversary. And by the way, J Park Island Resort and Water Park is celebrating their 10 years, and they have recently launched their Pororo Park. Pororo Park is kind of like an interactive thing too, and I remembered it because you're talking about VR.
VR.
So they have an activity there where you draw, and then your drawing comes to life.
What?
Yes,
It's like Truck Zone.
so it's something like that. So
Yeah.
the kids draw, and then they have this parang digital aquarium,
Mhm.
and then the character becomes a part of the aquarium, like a fish swimming or something like that. So it's amazing. That's why I remembered. Yeah. So
I have a different idea.
ayun na naman, yeah, aquarium.
Nothing.
Aquarium.
Not saying
Do you want to?
anything.
Alam natin the OJ yung aquarium.
Do you want to go swimming with me?
Where? Into the
Oh.
ocean park?
Where would you want?
Oh my goodness. But anyways, outside, more of the fun right
Don't
here.
turn red, T.
You're
I'm not.
yeah, you're not turning red.
Maybe I'm just red. Anyways, 37 minutes past 7 p.m. Ariana Grande and Social House with Boyfriend playing here on Cebu's Hot.